All right, so we are back, and today's video is a couple of things. One, I'm back in the studio for a very brief period. I'm back on the road, headed to London to commentate Astrid Wet's Wet Promotions thing this Saturday. Hope you guys tune in and watch that. But also, I am going to be live on this channel, the W.A.D.E concept, for Spence versus Crawford this Saturday, July 29th. And Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. It's a dual live stream live from London, early hours, Mandem going crazy at night, AM. I don't even know what time it is. But like I said, tune in because we're going live, and I'm thinking around, I think 7 p.m. PST is when we'll start, maybe 6 p.m. PST, and that's going to be like 3 a.m. in the morning UK. Again, time zones are leaving me right now. I'm the world traveler these days. Still struggling with the voice, so pop one of these while I'm at it. Anyway, nope, doesn't work for the video. You're on camera, Wade. Anyway, make sure you guys tune in this Saturday, July 29th, 6 p.m. PST. I will be live here on the W.A.D.E concept. Today's video is very special for a couple of reasons. One, it's the first video on this channel with my boy Oladipo and Todd Grisham making their debut on the W.A.D.E concept. And two, it is the first step in the build for Jake Paul, Nate Diaz. As you guys know, I'm going to be there live commentating the event next Saturday. So we're going London, back home, then to Dallas, Texas. I'll see you guys there. But I teamed up with two of DAZN Boxing's finest for this video, and we talked Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz and why no matter how many cards Jake holds in this matchup and how much he's favored to win, there's always that Joker card, and Nate Diaz is holding it. What do I mean? The breakdown. Let's go.
Big fight August 5th, live on DAZN pay-per-view. Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. The team have been assembled. We're all working on this together as well.
I didn't know. I'm doing it?
You're doing it as well. Yeah. We had a word and we got you in, Todd.
Thank you.
So you're there as well.
Great.
All right, who's going to win?
Jake Paul relatively easily, I think. You?
Yeah, listen, Jake has to be the pick here just because the youth, the speed, the experience in boxing. Nate coming into the sport. Granted, Nate does have some boxing background. Ask Andre Ward. He'll tell you some spars against the Diaz brothers. They slap the head off you for about 6 rounds, and all of a sudden kind of starts to hurt a little bit, right? Yeah. So the pick is Jake, though. But listen, Addy, you know there was a lot of magic going on today. I always come with the Joker card, all right?
Yeah, I see what you're doing. Okay, I see what you're doing.
Listen, here's the Joker of this entire thing, the wild card, if you will. It's Nate Diaz's cardio, right?
Crazy.
And his chin. The guy has absorbed so many punches over the years, but it doesn't seem to affect him. Maybe this is the one where it goes, and when it goes, it's devastating. But if he can hold on for the majority of that fight, later rounds, I think it's 8 or 10 we're going, could be a problem for a younger guy like Jake who hasn't had to just beat on a guy continuously and still have him be around.
And keep in mind, this isn't like Ben Askren, who's doesn't even know where he's like the Talladega Nights. What do I do with my hands? He doesn't know what to do with his hand. I mean, Nate Diaz knows what to do with his hands, but he's advanced in age. He's not a boxer. I just think Jake Paul takes.
Jake a boxer?
I think at this point he is.
Comparatively,
yes. We now giving him the boxer tag?
You have to.
What else? What else is he?
No, I agree. I'm just. Is he getting the check from boxers?
When you take it as seriously as he has for the last couple of years, you have to, man, because he's brought in the best guys. He's dedicated I've been down there. I've watched Jake with my own eyes in Puerto Rico, sun up to sunset. He's in that gym, in that compound, and I was in there kind of, how much this place costs, man? There's a lot of money in here, but for good reason. He's making a ton of money off of it, and he's dedicated himself. So yeah, he's a boxer.
I like the way Nate is almost hid himself away. Like, we're seeing Jake. Jake's even calling him, where are you? He's making sort of gimmicky videos.
Yeah.
We're not seeing anything with Nate.
Well, Nate doesn't want to do interviews. He doesn't want to make appearances. So you look at that one of two ways. Is he taking it not seriously at all and just looking at it as a paycheck? Or is he doing a lot of stuff behind closed doors where you don't see it, where he's really working on his craft and he's going to surprise us all? I don't know which way it is.
I'll welcome you to the Nate Diaz experience. As a lifelong MMA fan, this is how Nate builds fights. He will, on fight week, come out, knuckles up, what's going on, slapping people.
The whole crew.
The Nick Diaz army will show out, but I can guarantee you he's not showing up for, yeah, of course he's getting paid, but Nate Diaz doesn't just show up for a paycheck. He's going to come in and try to prove he is just as good a boxer, even better, than people are giving him credit for.
I like what Wade said about the key being cardio. I remember watching Jake against Tommy, and the one thing there that Jake started to get a bit sloppy when he started to get tired. We know Nate Diaz, ask Conor McGregor, will go 5 minutes of 5 rounds in his sleep.
Well, he does triathlons for fun. For fun. They don't do it for money. Him and his brother do triathlons for fun, Ironman triathlons. So if you can do that, you can go all night long.
You want to know what else they do for fun? They swim, and not just out on the
That's part
out on
of
the
a
town.
triathlon, but keep going.
But they don't just swim. They swim to Alcatraz, touch the island, and come back. 209 right there, Stockton, California. They don't just go for a swim in the ocean. They go to the dangerous parts of the ocean. And it's just like fights with the Diaz brothers. They'll drag you into deep water, those dangerous parts. You better be ready.
You know, I'm going to flip on both of you. I think Nate gets it done.
How?
I think Nate gets
How?
it done.
You don't believe that.
I genuinely believe, I think Nate gets it done on points. I don't think Jake could knock him out.
Nate's got to start quicker, though.
That guy's been hit from big guys. I know Jake's a big guy, but he's been hit with big guys in those 4-ounce gloves, and he always bounces back. He'll look at those 10 ounces as pillows. You're like, is this it? He's like, what's this? I think Nate gets it done on points. I really do. I think Jake's going to be suffocated when he gets past 6 rounds, and he's still there. Jake's going to hit him with everything, as Conor did with that left hand, and Conor called him a zombie. Like, how does this guy just continually keep on coming towards me? And I think that's going to surprise Jake. I really do.
If Nate was 28 years old instead of in his late 30s, I might be with you. Maybe he does pull it off. I don't know. I just know Jake's taking this very seriously. And any fighter that's sparred with him, you know this, any fighter that's sparred with him says, man, this guy's for real. He's giving it all he's got. No one thinks he's taking it as a joke. And his whole brand is on the line here. If Nate loses, he goes back to UFC. He wasn't supposed to win. If Jake loses, it's a catastrophe.
If Jake loses back-to-back?
Big time.
Back-to-back?
And you're talking about potential rematch with Tommy Fury on the line here, KSI fight on the line here for Jake. There's a lot of money that could go down the drain with one Nate Diaz Stockton slap too many.
I like it. Oh, I like it. Let's end on that one. August 5th, live on DAZN pay-per-view. We're all going to be there. Dallas, Texas for the big one. Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz.
Come on now.
Okay,
them tattoos. Hold on, them tattoos stretching now.
Yeah,
What's
that's
up,
big,
baby?
That's big. I'm Team Diaz. That's what I'm doing.
There
I'm
you
Team
go.
Diaz. We'll see you there.